Hi, everybody. I am so glad you're here and joining us. Today is a really special day. Today is my daughter, Mighty Mia's birthday. Actually, I need to adjust my whole thing. So there's Mighty Mia right there. And she would have been 12 today. So we're going to celebrate today. Today is Team Mighty Day. And I'll tell you all about it. We've got some big announcements. Last month, we went out and gave a little preview and announced that the champion of 2020 for Team Mighty are Bix and Amy Weir, and they're going to be joining us at the thing that we're going to announce here in a minute. I'm getting into way too much, way too early. Let's get started. I've got a lot to tell you guys, so give us a like, share this video, and let's celebrate some amazing people and some amazing lives. Be right back after this. Hey, Westwood, we are having a really super special Friday happy hour. It's a Team Mighty happy hour. It's Mighty Mia's birthday, April 15th. So cheers to Mighty Mia.
Cheers.
Cheers to Mighty Mia. She would have been 12.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to Mighty Mia. We're really blessed to have her in our life for 7.5 years. And she changed a lot of people's lives. I was just one of the very many. So we had a really great day. Kenan had been sick for a few days, and so he was excited today. I said, what do you want to do? And he had been planning, wanted to get 12 balloons and go let them go. And I don't know if I'll show you guys the video a little later, but we let go of some balloons.
That's cool.
From the Oklahoma wind. And I'm pretty sure they went directly to heaven.
Just shot them right up there, lifted them up.
It was pretty great. And we got to do that. And then I always plant a new purple flower that's a perennial, so it'll come up every year because purple is Mia's favorite color.
Very nice.
We do that for her every year.
It's a good color.
Yeah. So we've got some more things, some exciting stuff happening this year with the foundation. We had to restructure some things. In the past, we've fundraised since she passed away, every year we have fundraised for Leukemia Lymphoma Society and been really honored to do that. And then this last year, they decided to go woke and they no longer recognize the difference between men and women. And so I went to them, talked to them about it, and they said, they just got too much noise from the left. And so I said, well, then you're going to get just as much noise from me and push back that I'm really upset about it, that you're making that choice, because this was an organization that helped find a medication that helped melt these tumors in Mia's body when she was fighting cancer, and gave us about 8 weeks without pain, where at one point they had called in the orthopedic surgeon and they were considering amputating one of her legs, and because the tumor was splitting her femur. And so then to have this medication be found by this organization through their research and development, we were really grateful, and so really excited and honored to be able to fundraise for them every year and bring awareness to what they were doing and be able to honor my daughter's life for that. And so that had been something we were really excited about. So once they made that decision, that we decided to be really vocal about being not happy with their decision, because they said that's what motivated them to make that decision, was that
people were vocal and people made noise.
Were vocal and people made noise about it. So I'm making noise back. So Leukemia Lymphoma Society, please consider acknowledging men and women, the difference in men and women, and bring back man and woman of the year. Please consider that.
So they did away with that. What do they call it now? I mean, is there like a different? I'm just
They
curious.
just say, they don't use any word. They just say of the year.
Huh?
Nothing, of the year.
Not even person.
Not even person. Just of the year.
Not even person.
Well, vote with your dollars.
Yeah. So our board met, talked about it. We've restructured the foundation, had to pay some attorney fees, of course. But we've got that all straightened out and make sure we have all our T's crossed and our I's dotted, and everything straight with all the powers that be. But we're moving forward, and it actually was a blessing in disguise because we really got to have some conversations about, what we want Team Mighty to be, and what Mia embodied, and how she inspired people and groups and families. And we were like, it really was about community and people going through different struggles. She faced many struggles. So she was, born with a significant heart malformation, hypoplastic left heart syndrome with additional complications that then expedited her need for a heart transplant. And then she was abandoned in the, NICU. So she was in foster care, and that's where we met her. And then we eventually became eligible to adopt her. I've got to find some of those old videos. I guess I lost that when YouTube canceled my old channel, but I should have the original old videos somewhere. But we've told those stories before, and I have lots of old video of her from being a baby. And we tell the story on, if you go to teammighty.org, and the link is in the description of this video, you can read her story and learn more about it. But it's a pretty amazing story of what all she's been through. So, but then all the people that we touched along the way and got to tell her story. And then because of her and learning to take care of her, then DHS brought us Cannon, and we got to take care of Cannon and be there for his family. And then when they were unable to take care of him, then it was time for us to adopt him and bring him into our family. So lots of different, and then watching other families be affected by that. We've had so many different families, and people tell us, I would have never considered adopting or fostering, or, I signed up and I'm now an organ donor, and I wouldn't have done it before. And so just lots of different ways that she's inspired people with her life. And that kind of stuff is what we want to continue to see in the world. And so then we had the generous support of Bix and Amy Weir turning one of their events, they turned the whole thing over into a fundraiser for Team Mighty last year, and ended up raising over $7,000. And then they matched it. And then we went through all the restructuring and the mess and all that. And they turned around and contacted me and doubled it again to support Team Mighty. And so we were like, man, that kind of embodiment of using their resources and getting the community and the community support and listening to your heart, that's what we want to really empower is, what can you do for others? Not everybody can foster or adopt, not everybody's maybe able to be an organ donor. Some people have different health issues, different things, but everybody can do something. Not everybody can give financially, but everybody can do something, and so that was kind of that idea. So we were like, okay, every year I want it to be more than just, and I know Mia wants it to be more than just her. That's why we called it Team Mighty, because we want it to be about the community. So we're like, okay, every year let's nominate a warrior and a champion. So the champion is somebody who champions who either builds community, does something to help somebody that's struggling with one of the things that Mia faced, one of the battles, and brings community in and embodies all those things that the Weirs did. And so they really set the standard for that. And we talked about it, and they're going to kind of be like guide for that moving forward as we choose people each year. And we're going to be coming up on an event here that I'm going to tell you guys about here in just a little bit that I hope everybody can come and join us at. It's going to be amazing. I'm super excited about it. But we're going to be looking for nominations for next year's warrior. So, or champion, I'm sorry. So we're going to be looking for, as the year rolls out, do you see people in your community that are rallying around a family that might be struggling or going through a hard time, or, getting together and helping with something, or embodying those kind of qualities like what the Weirs did for Team Mighty, And so those kind of things we're going to be looking for so that we can have next year's Team Mighty champion and honor them and their work that they're doing for the community. And then this year, Nana is here. So this year, the board talked, and we all feel that it is very appropriate, and it would honor Team Mighty to nominate or to ask Nana to accept on Papa's behalf for him to be the Warrior of the Year for Team Mighty. And so that is that's our big announcement for 2020 for Team Mighty. And we are going to be holding a celebration for Team Mighty. It'll be a fundraising event so we're working with Nana and the veteran, I can't remember his exact title. He works with the veteran military group there in Arkansas. And we're going to find a charity that has some of the same issues that Mia and Papa had, and a portion of the proceeds of the event will go to that charity. But we found this amazing location. There's an amphitheater there in Fort Smith, Arkansas. Here, let me show you guys some of that.
Down by the river, yeah.
Yeah, it's
I knew I'd end up down by the river.
Down by the river, yeah.
down by the river. It's super cool.
Getting a van. Just can't afford one right now.
I guess I'm jumping ahead a little bit.
You're excited. I know.
I'm excited.
So
Let
it's
me
going to be
back
in
up.
Fort Smith, right? Yeah.
Well, let me talk about the most important part.
There you go.
So this is part of the reason it's going to be so fun, because this is the guy we're celebrating. This is the guy who's this is my Papa. This is the guy that is the warrior this year for 2022. And I love this picture, and Mom's probably dying that I picked
I love it. That's a great picture.
But this is my dad. This is the guy that, married my mom with 4 little kids and drug us to Oklahoma and then raised us and taught me how to drive. He's the bravest man in the world.
Sure.
And yes, and
That's true. I've ridden with you.
and he's a Korean vet. He's an atomic vet. Let me find his also. Hold on, she'll like this better. He's handsome here too. This is my dad.
There you go.
And this is who Team Mighty wants to honor as the warrior for 2022. And we want you guys to join us. So we want you guys to come to Fort Smith, Arkansas. We're going to have the event all day. We have the amphitheater at the riverfront. I think it's called Riverfront Park.
I think that's right.
I'll have a whole page on my webpage by the end of this weekend with all of the details on it. But we've got, it's just a really great space. It's right by the brick town, old downtown of Fort Smith. And we're going to be celebrating the work that Bix and Amy did. We're going to celebrate my dad, Papa T, and we are going to be talking about the community and celebrating life and patriotism and freedom and all that embodies. And that's what we're going to be down there doing. And so I'm also reaching out to local. Bix will be performing, of course, but I'm also going to be reaching out to, because you guys know me, I'm a Bet on Main Street thing. So I'm going to be reaching out to local bands there in Fort Smith and see if we can get some local talent to come out and play for us. But we also have a Patriot Party Rocks group with the Light the Lantern. So one of the things we did was when Papa was still here, he was too sick to take the drive, but there was a group, the Red, White, and Blue Tour, and they were doing Light the Lantern, and they were bringing the lantern across America, all 48 continental states that I know of. I'm not sure if they hit Alaska and Hawaii, but and everybody that helped carry the lantern wrote their name, signed their name on a chain of custody document. And then that document is filed in the Library of Congress. And I wanted my dad to get to be part of that. And so we did that with him, and actually Litecoin Girl and Got Rob too helped bring the lantern up from Memphis, and met Mom and Dad at the house. And then we got to have Dad sign the document. And then my husband and I took it in his honor, for him, proxy, on the next leg. And my dad thought that was the coolest thing. And I think he really enjoyed that. And so the Patriot Party Rocks team is going to come to this event as well. So we're going to have Bix Weir, Felisa from Patriot Party Rocks, Clint Westwood's going to be there. Johnny Litecoin's talking about coming. He's trying to figure out which airport he's flying into.
Fayetteville's the one.
Fayetteville's the best one. So either
Find the smallest one and fly into it. That's what I do.
Fort
Smallest
Smith.
airport.
No,
Yeah.
we have one in Fort Smith, but it's there's not many direct flights. But he might be able to get a direct to Fayetteville, only because it's near Bentonville, which is the Walmart hub. So all the salesmen across the country are constantly flying into it.
So there's a lot of flights in and
So
out.
there's a lot of direct flights into it. Yeah, it used to be anyway.
So let me make sure. Let me pull this
So-
off before I change screens. You guys go ahead. Sorry.
So when are we doing this?
August 6th.
August 6th, 2022 in Fort Smith, Arkansas.
Check out this location. This is so
It's
cool.
awesome.
So this is right on the river. Look at that amphitheater. And we'll be there August 6th, Fort Smith. And it literally is right off the Bricktown downtown. There's tons of restaurants and little bars. There's a couple little hotels right there. Everything's just within walking distance. And I think it's going to be a great time, and we can just bet on Main Street, have a great time, and be right there and having a great, I don't know. I'm super excited about it. Mom, what are your thoughts? Because I'm just talking right over all of you.
No,
guys.
you're
I'm
doing
sorry.
fine. You're covering the bases. You know me, I'm still kind of overwhelmed with everything, so I'm happy to pass the torch. No,
Okay.
it's very quaint. It's, Fort Smith is a really old town. Fort Smith was where the hanging judge was, back in the Wild West. And there's a museum, and just a surprising number of little things you can do. In fact, there's going to be farmers market Saturday morning early, right?
Oh,
within
perfect.
a couple blocks of the amphitheater, if somebody wanted to just
Westwood can
Yeah.
eat.
Yeah,
So I can
well,
eat.
Get some kettle corn or something on their way to the
Get some tomatoes and peppers.
Yeah, or breakfast, tacos or something. I don't know. I'm not sure what's there anymore. I haven't been in a very long time, but it was okay. And
Very nice. A big slice of Americana.
there you go. It is very Americana. So,
Yeah. And if,
and,
go ahead.
That's it.
Yeah, if there's anyone watching this that has a band that's interested in playing, because they told me we have the space from all day, basically. So we haven't set our hours yet. I'm still working out all the details. We'll also be looking for sponsorships for Team Mighty. And once we get the charity that we're going to be fundraising or donating to are partnering with, then I'll get all that information up for you guys and do a follow-up, more announcements to come. But I just was really excited about this. I think it's going to be a great time, and just a really safe, fun, small town, awesome place to be. And we'll be able to, tell stories about Papa. I've got tons of stories, and I want to tell, Felisa wants to talk about, how her story. She loved hearing the story about Papa and, his time in Busan and Korea, and why this was so important to him to be part of Light the Lantern. And then we're actually going to show the video that they put together for Light the Lantern. And that is the video that Ted Nugent, he asked permission to use that video when he did his trucker convoy thing. He put his music to that video, and that's what he used for his trucker convoy thing. So we are reaching out to him to see if he'll come. Fingers crossed.
We're gonna have Ted Nugent there. Everybody needs to come
No,
see him.
we didn't. We don't know that.
Oh.
We're asking. We're asking.
How awesome would that be? You get a Wango Tango his butt right in there. That'd be pretty awesome to watch him perform. That'd be pretty
That would be pretty awesome.
amazing. Yeah, probably it would be. Shooting off some bow and arrow with fire, like Duke Boys, blowing stuff up. Maybe not.
Yeah, definitely. You need to reach out to Tina,
Country girl Tina.
Country Girl Tina. I bet she knows some bands that could come
She probably got some connections.
and
Good idea.
play.
It's not that far away, really.
Yeah.
That's a good call right there.
Mm-hmm.
Very
That would
nice.
be a lot of fun. Yeah.
Hmm.
See, it's all coming together.
I need a cigar now. I feel like Hannibal on the A-Team. I love it when a plan comes together. I need to light that cigar up. If
There you
anybody
go.
remembers the A-Team, I don't know.
Yeah.
Looking at the A-Team right now.
Mom, what are your thoughts on what Papa would think of this? And
Oh, he would love it. He would love it. He was so tickled to be part of that Carry the Lantern business. And he's always been, proud of being an American and a veteran. And, when he was in Korea, it was not the developed country it is now. It was pretty nasty, muddy, and, no, just open sewage and, people living in tents and shacks and all this kind of stuff. And I know one of the things he and his group, whatever they call those groups in the military. Anyway, they helped support an orphanage there. They would take food and go visit the orphanage. But he never, that one thing about him, he never complained. No matter what kind of circumstances he was in, the man never complained. And, in his last time in life, he had plenty to complain about, and he always could see the good, and he could always find something to be proud of. So I think this is pretty awesome. I know he's tickled to death.
you have that cat in your house, don't you?
Oh, gosh, what cat?
Yeah, it's just
Mom.
it's yeah.
Hmm.
Didn't you watch her
Just
Twitter
for a
thread
while.
today?
Just for a little
I-
while. And every once in a
No,
while, he
I
comes and
did
keeps me
not.
company.
Lord, it's your house.
Yeah, cat, it's meant to be.
Anyway, it's your house. You're the boss of you, Mom.
The next chapter, right, Nana?
Right. Pretty scary.
We'll see where it leads.
Pretty scary.
Cat wants
Oh
some
my
attention.
It's very noisy,
Oh, here we go.
and it's
He
huge.
talks to me all the time.
Look at
He's
this.
a talker.
Now, how did this cat show
You
up?
see-
Just showed up?
Yes, it showed up when Papa was dying, a couple of weeks or so before.
Mhm.
This cat, who'd obviously been dumped because he had real soft pink pads on us, and very clean and all this stuff, came around the back patio. I was out in the gardening or something. It was a nice day. It was winter, obviously, December, but he kept coming back. Tammy threw rocks at him, told him to go away. And I was like, "What? Where's that cat, people?" He just kept coming back, and he'd come back to me. And so I felt sorry for him, so I put food out. And
He had an injury too, like somebody had maybe
Oh,
thrown him from a
right.
0 or something.
I think
He had
Oh.
like
probably got
road rash
He
or
probably
something.
was a indoor cat and didn't know about the predators, and he probably got into a scuffle with a raccoon because it was a big
Or
chunk
something.
of flesh.
Oh.
Yeah.
So we mixed up some antibiotic and put it in some food, and then dressed it the best you can. No bandage, of course, just creams or something. Or, I think I poured colloidal silver on it.
There
and
you
then
go.
We put something else on. I forget. But anyway,
Mike put like a paste of something on it.
yeah,
didn't he,
I think
one
so.
time?
I just can't remember now
Remember.
what we figured out. But he healed beautifully. And then the ice storm came and the really bad weather. And I was putting a heating pad out on the chair next to outside, and he'd sleep on that some nights. And then it was so bad. I felt so sorry for him. I brought him inside, and then it turns out that he must have been raised with dogs. He won't use a litter box. He meows to go outside, which is great.
Yeah.
So he's kind of like having a dog around. He just
Yeah. Whatever you tell yourself, hey, as long as it works out.
he's a cat dog.
I'm the cat dog.
Yes.
With hair.
Not too bad, really. I mean, this time of year there's a little, but I brush him, so he's not bad.
Whatever makes you happy, Mom. That's wonderful.
Lisa's gonna come over with some clippers, and that cat's gonna be bald. Shave it down.
Oh, he's a good boy. So
He's a
anyway,
nice cat.
well, and
He's
then
a nice
the
cat.
little, I think it's the funniest twist. I named him Emerald because of his green eyes. And then when the boys were here, they start calling him Rufus. And he's not Rufus, he's Emerald. And then I remembered when Laura, my oldest daughter that passed,
Mhm.
was a toddler, she had a little lion, a little stuffed animal called Rufus.
Mhm.
So I'm not sure she didn't
I
send it.
forgot about that.
See all these events.
See?
No
I mean,
coincidences.
it's to have a cat is you just don't know how that's just not happening.
Yeah, we've never had cats ever.
No,
Ever.
and here
And yet there it is.
he is. He
Yeah.
thinks he's a dog. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
All right. Cat dog.
Okay, whatever makes you happy, Mom.
Okay.
So, anyway, the strangest things in life, you just never think. So back to Team Mighty, we do a shirt every year that kind of gives us a little boost for Team Mighty. In honor of Papa T, we did an Americana little tie-dye shirt. If you guys are interested, there's a link in the description. And you can have a little red, white, and blue tie-dye Team
I
Mighty
like that. Be
shirt.
good for 4th of July too.
Yeah, these would be cute to wear for 4th of July for sure.
Yeah.
I like it.
So I just posted them. They'll only be for sale for 2 weeks. And then that way
great.
they'll ship them out
Yeah.
right after that, because that's how custom ink
How it
works.
works.
So there's a link in this video, and I tweeted it out as well. So if you guys are interested in grabbing a shirt and supporting Team Mighty, we would appreciate it. We love that, and it helps us out. And then those will all go towards what we're doing for the charity that Nana chooses. So then whoever we choose each year
nice.
as the warrior, their family will partner with Team Mighty to choose the charity that the event whatever the proceeds will go to that.
Oh, nice. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah. So then we get to partner and help another charity. So that way we're like community, building
Yeah.
more community.
Yeah.
It's all about the team. It's all about community, helping other
Right.
families and helping other families tell their story. So that was the other thing, Mom. I wanted you to kind of tell Papa's story and his challenges that he faced and his warrior journey.
Are you talking about the health, basically issues? I mean,
Yeah.
where do you? I mean, I can't
I
do.
don't know, where do you want to start? Not 90 years of it, probably.
Oh, he has a long
But-
story.
He has a long story, but maybe his
I just kind of a brief thing
an
on the
overview.
health stuff started.
Or what's most significant to you? What do you think? What do you want to share?
Oh, let's just see where it goes.
Okay.
He had allergy, asthma, some problems with his air breathing capacity. Probably from the time he was a child. He used to say he'd get sick after cutting the grass, And then when he was 15, he worked at a dairy, and he'd have to go inside those big vats and clean it with bleach. And I'm sure back then they didn't realize inhaling that chlorine wasn't good for you. And then later there's a period in life where he was partners in a log library for, oil and gas log library, which heavy ammonia environment where they're doing it's like a blueprint for the wells, the logarithms or whatever they are. I don't know what the hell that log came from, but anyway. So he had a lot of exposure, not to mention the atomic vet part, being in the trenches when they ignited those bombs in the desert in Nevada or wherever.
You'll hear more about atomic vet and atomic vet like reparations or support for them in the future.
And he also was diagnosed with CLL, which is the lymphoma aspect, which is something that some law firms are suing because they say that a lot of atomic vets had that. Well, anyway, when we were ranching, he would have a lot of trouble, a lot of time
Get that stuff David brought.
catching his breath, and just get really winded. And we started thinking he was having heart problems. So we took him to a cardiologist, and he went on that treadmill 2 minutes, and the guy said, "Yeah, get off. There's nothing wrong with your heart. You can't breathe," and sent him over to pulmonologist. So that was 20 years ago, or 30, or whatever it was, 20 years ago, or more, 20. I don't know, a long time. And then you're gonna get to it. And then it got to be where the heart issues kicked in. He had triple bypass in 2017. By sometime in 2018, maybe closer to 2019, they were all occluded, and they did a widowmaker stent. So he was at that point in chronic heart failure, plus the lymphoma, plus the COPD. And so it was, just normal daily life was a struggle. It got to the point where just walking was a struggle because you couldn't breathe, couldn't exercise and try to keep your strength up because you couldn't breathe. So it was, he had a lot that he was doing to just keep putting one foot in front of the other.
Now, let me stop you. So I met him in April of 2019 when y'all went to Blanco, Texas. Yep.
Right.
And then I remember at the time, I don't know if that was before, the procedure or after the procedure.
Yeah, it was after.
Was it after? Okay, because I remember he's no, let me do it, trying to help
Yeah.
you. No,
Even
let
though
me
we
do
have
it,
a
let me
nurse
do
in
it.
a wheelchair there.
Let
but
me
he
do
thinks
it.
he
Let me
can
do it. Let me do it. And it's just like, so it's like just enough. Okay, don't, to try and spot
Very
him, more than
stubborn.
anything. But he's like, no, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And I love that. I'm like, man, this guy
Yeah,
he's tough.
He was tough, and he
Yeah.
didn't want, and he would, he had so much courage and grace. Like I said, he never complained. Oh, I'd have been bitching all day. He was amazing.
Yeah,
Well, and when you say grace, so I only know death from tragedy. Like we lost Laura when she was 41, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Mia at 7.5. And so I only know this like tragic death that should have never
Right.
happened.
Right.
And then to be there when Papa died, and
After a long life. Yeah.
after 90 years, and he was so ready to go, so ready that he was like, he kept going, I think I screwed it up. I should have gone when he had this like dream or something where these Cadillacs. So me and my dad have
Like
this.
Cadillacs came for him. Yeah.
Yeah, we have this love for cars, and we were going to fix up this old truck one time. And anyway, have this whole thing. So he's like, these white Cadillacs came, like the 50s ones with the big fins.
Oh, yeah.
Bel Airs, And he's like, I didn't get in, Sylvia. I didn't get in. I should have gotten in. And so then we're all there, and all my brothers finally get home. And so it's like, it's like looks like something out of the Waltons. It's like me, my brothers, Charlie, my mom, and like John Boy's somewhere in the room probably. And my dad keeps like trying to die, I think. And then somebody talks or says something, and he goes, like looks at all of us like, will you be quiet? I'm trying to leave, almost like he was irritated with us or something. I don't know.
I think one time he did tell us to stop talking.
Yes.
You remember? It was you.
Yes. Yeah. And so then finally I was like, put on some music, because I was thinking of, and I can't remember what song it was. Oh gosh, I wish I could remember what song it was. But it was like, oh, when I get to heaven, there'll be only happy tears.
Charlie G, you're in the chat. Does this sound familiar? He's good with music. Paulie P too. I don't see him though.
There'll be only happy tears. And I'll wipe away something. I think it's Dolly Parton even. When I get where I'm going, there'll be only happy tears. Is that it? When
Maybe
I where I'm going,
another title.
there'll be only happy tears. I better not start singing because
Yeah. That's only me though, because
you are such a much
sing,
better singer than I
sing,
am.
I am. I know. We prove it at the meetups all the time too. I'm just phenomenal. That's why you don't let me sing there. I know.
Yeah.
Just
Wait till
get you
I
kicked
get
off.
and
Just
get you
wait.
on that big stage.
When I'm on the big stage,
that
look
big
out.
stage.
Look out.
Yeah, watch out.
Be working that
So
microphone
After
stand.
3 bourbons.
Yes.
I'm gonna sound good to myself.
Yeah. So we were listening to that song. My husband played it really low because he didn't know if the boys would be, like, oh, don't play music, whatever. Because everybody's got their own stuff going on. There's lots of personalities in the room. And then my little brother said, play I Believe by somebody else. Charlie G, do you know that one? Some boy country singer. And it was like perfect. And we all like, some of us started singing, and it was that frequency thing. We were all on the same frequency. And I think that's what helped Papa go. And now that I'm getting chills on that, but is that we were all on the same frequency.
Mm-hmm.
And when we played the song one more time, and he left, but it was beautiful. It wasn't sad.
Actually,
it was like 90 years of
if we
this
had had
amazing
any
life.
idea, we kind of laughed. I mean, I hope this doesn't sound morbid, but it was a beautiful death. It was a good death.
Beautiful.
And
The cake, cake.
Somebody said if we had had any idea how this week was going to go, because everybody came a few days before. He said we could have hired some.
Yes.
What are those?
We should have had cameras.
Reality life thing,
Oh, yeah.
They said it would have been viral because it was just choreographed.
It was like every family
Not that
dynamic
we want that, but
was there. No,
it was quite beautiful.
There were some things that were awkward.
Yes, that's true.
But there was a lot of healing that went on, and he made it last all week because he wanted certain conversations to happen, and different things. So it was really cool, and it was such a different experience to watch A Beautiful Life. And that's one thing. Kenneth Cooper, you may have outlived my father, but you will never outlive my father.
That's right.
So I just have to tell you that.
I have to say one of the things that he didn't accomplish in life besides flying, he wished he had gotten a pilot's license, but by the time he got to it, he couldn't pass the physical. But he said the other thing is he wanted to outlive Kenneth Cooper, and if you don't know who that is, that's a man that invented all the aerobics back in the day.
So,
and
because he went to elementary school with them or something.
Yeah, I think they went to grade school together.
Yes.
And they went camping one night and Kenneth was the target of the snipe hunt. And
so Papa's on his deathbed telling stories about Kenneth Cooper, and we're all wanting to hear how much he loves us or different things. And he's like, yeah,
you need to hear this
one
story.
time Kenneth Cooper, and we're like, we really don't want to hear about Kenneth Cooper again, Dad. Really don't want to hear about him. And he's like, well, at least he's bald and I have all my hair.
He had a lot of hair. That's what I can't believe. All that hair he kept.
All his jet black hair at 90
Crazy.
years old.
I know. Man.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, in fact, I got the last few years, I was just giving him a buzz.
Yeah, it's too much hair. Just shave that stuff.
I buzz, and I just, trim his beard or whatever. And then toward the end, it's like, no, he wants that hair to grow out. And I'm like, okay.
I'm going to add that picture again. I know.
Let it grow.
Probably mortified, but I love this picture of him. He's so cute. Is that not just the cutest?
I love it. Yeah, it's just that,
Yeah.
Looking at you like, I'm going to drink this beer. Too bad. You don't
like
it.
The other thing is being home that week with my brothers. I'm hearing all these stories. So my 3 older brothers are from my dad's previous marriage. And he raised them, mostly they were adults when he married my mom. So then he marries us. Well, then he gets 3 little girls and my baby brother. Well, we had much different rules apparently than the rules my brothers were raised with. So I'm hearing all these stories about him sneaking beer into places for my brothers and helping them get out of trouble, and some things I won't even say because we're live on the show. And I'm just like, what?
It's like,
Those
what
were
the-
not the same rules I had at all. So it was pretty cool hearing all those stories too. And
He didn't understand all the girls and that each had to have a different kind of shampoo or something.
Just wash your damn hair.
He didn't get it. Yeah.
why it has to smell a certain way and be more expensive. And yeah.
Or that have to buy a certain brand of something. The classic story is,
And everybody's got a different
was
one,
it
right?
the hair gel, Lisa? Is that what it was?
Yes, I wanted that. Do you remember the Aussie Mega was a big
Yes.
deal? Like when I was, so we were really broke. I mean, really
Yeah,
broke.
yeah.
And yeah, and I wanted this Aussie Mega hair gel. And I graduated high school in the 90s. So this had to be 89 or 88
Mhm.
because we were in Oklahoma. So we had just moved there. And my little brother's walking down the hallway and my dad is squeezing Dollar Tree,
Walmart or something.
Walmart, something hair
Always
gel
safe, whatever.
into my Aussie Mega hair thing. And he looks over and sees my little brother and he said, "You better not tell her or I'll, whatever." I don't know what he said to him, but something about don't you dare.
He was convinced you wouldn't know the difference.
Yeah, right.
Apparently he's right.
Mm. It's like the generic cereal in the name brand boxes, right? You just empty it out and put it in. You'll never know the difference. It's Frosted Flakes,
Yeah.
The box is the same though for like 3 years.
Anyway, I thought it was funny. So I like telling Papa stories. And he read tons. There's a whole house is filled with a million gazillion books, and he can tell you what's on any single page of them at any single time.
He read like it crazy until the end, until the last couple of years.
He also never opened the refrigerator door ever in his life, but he could tell you exactly where every olive is and on what shelf and how to exactly find it in the refrigerator. But he's never touched a door handle of it.
But that is a mystery too, because I brought him everything he wanted.
I know. That's why I'm like, how does he know where everything is in the refrigerator? He's never even opened it. You've never.
Must have been watching when I opened it.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's,
Oh well.
he's magical. He's magical. But all the Papa stories, we could tell them for days. But anyway, good stuff.
I love it. I love when you said, he was looking for that like 1959 Cadillac, probably 1960 Cadillac with the big fins. Yes. So he thought he missed the Cadillac. Was he's like a 1981 showed up or something? And he's like, I ain't going in that, something like that.
I don't know.
Like I missed the boat.
Yeah, no,
It was
wild.
That would be interesting, because if you're into cars, it could be whatever you're into, but when you get close to passing over, that's what shows up to take you away. It could be an airplane, it could be cars, it could be women from the past, who knows, but not that I know anything about that. But it's if you have various cars coming by and you have to choose which one to get into, and you're like, oh, I should have gotten that one. What's going to come next? And,
did I miss the bus?
Yeah, I missed the one I need to be.
We did hear him say mama at the very end.
He saw his mom. Yeah.
We think he saw his mom.
Yeah. Wow.
That's kind of cool.
That is.
So
it is.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
It is good stuff. Our energy doesn't, you can't destroy energy. It moves on to some other form, and you just wonder,
right.
Where and what is happening now. Interesting.
Well, and this is what, so we're going through all, we're talking about this the other day on Woo Woo Wednesday. I had Ken on from Ken Schwartz from Purple Power C60. And Mom, you had shared that video that Ken did, or that Dr. Amy, I can't remember her last name, and the lady from Purple Power did about grief and how it causes
grief and trauma can become biology rather than your psychology.
Right. And how C60 can help with that, because it helps with the inflammation in your body and and it helps clean that out of your body, and so it
Commercial.
helps with the trauma. There you go. Use my link.
That's it. Yeah, definitely. If you're going to get it, click on the link. You got it below in the description.
I don't, but I'll go put one in. I
right.
kept this description really clean because I just
gotcha.
wanted to really focus on Team Mighty.
Is it on your website, litecoinlisa.net?
It is. On
There
my,
you go.
It is on my litecoinlisa.net. You can go on and scroll down to the bottom and click C60, and it will take you to C60 Purple Power, so you know you're getting the right stuff. But I thought it was cool that they were talking about, or we were talking about grief cooties and how people don't want to talk about, people dying and whatever.
Yeah,
But then when I talk about Papa's story, like we're all smiling and laughing.
yeah,
and
that's the way it should be.
telling like this beautiful story of life
Right.
of this great man who loved so many people and did so many great things. And like, we're going to have this amazing party. It's not just about Papa, it's Team Mighty. So we're going to be telling about a lot of people. We're going to talk about Patriot Party Rocks. Bix is going to be there talking about how, Bix is part of our family's legacy of, silver, and that's part of Papa's story. And, we have all these parts, and, the Litecoin fam, is going to be there, and that's part of our story together.
Yeah.
So all of this is Team Mighty together, and everybody's part of that. We're all part of that together.
Correct.
And so
It's one big bet on Main Street community.
right.
Right.
But that's like back in the old days, they would have wakes where they
Yes.
would all celebrate the life
Mhm.
instead of doing this whole mourning the death.
I know. It's just
And
depressing doing it that
place-
way.
I guess there's a place for both, but
Well, I think too,
Um,
part of the wake was to make sure they don't wake up before they put them in the
I think
ground.
you're right. Yeah. Yeah. Keep them in the
Like,
house with all the
oh, they're
flowers
there
around
3 days,
for
they're
a
probably
week.
gonna wake us.
Did you hear something?
probably a good idea.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, with science being what it was then, it's like, it could have been anything, A lot of vampire legends originate from that. Waking up and crawling out.
That's a little creepy. I didn't
I
know
know,
that.
right? Well, you see it, sometimes it's like, well, we thought he was gone, and here he is, and he
Well,
pops up again.
I
Had some
know-
rare
I-
disease.
I knew a woman back, 20 years ago or whatever, that was sensitive to anesthesia, and she had to have a surgery, and she died.
Right. They
Took
thought,
her down to the
that's it.
morgue even. I mean, got so far as they put her in the morgue, and then she woke up.
Like, her
Well, it is Good
personally-
Friday, isn't it? I mean,
Yes,
so
I know
we're
her
talking
personally.
about.
It is Good Friday.
Yeah.
She was the friend of a friend's mother who had a little boy in Little League when Mike was in T-ball, whatever that little sport
Oh,
in Houston.
Diana's mother.
It was her mother's friend.
Oh.
She's
Okay.
gone now, but yeah,
Or is she?
like she finally did pass for real, but
Okay.
years later.
But she's still here.
Right.
But she's still here, I'm sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Probably gonna get my butt kicked later for saying that. But
Mhm.
hey, if we could just get Litecoin to resurrect on Good Friday, that'd be a great thing, wouldn't it?
That would be
I'm
I
just
great.
think
gonna
it's
throw that
time.
out there. I think it's time.
That's
I think
my
what this
one
is the bell of
time
the
for
spring ball
Litecoin.
begins in May when Mimblewimble activates, because we've got the signaling. It's going to activate in like 34 days or so. That's the estimate.
Yeah.
And then we've
Oh.
got the privacy features, and Taproot's going to be activated before that. And we will have the bell of the spring ball this year. I am
Exactly.
confident of this.
That's right. 34
Confident.
days, it's still spring, and
Yep. In May, and just
I think we could see it. Yep, for
it
sure.
will lead the new bull market. It is just like it did last time. It will be the leader. It's going to bust it out of the gates, and then everything's going to fly and check off your freedom boxes at that point.
We're busting out, baby. That's what
Yep.
Mia used to say every time we left the hospital.
Busting out. I love it.
We're busting out,
Busting
baby.
out. I love, that's awesome.
Oh man, I love it. Well, I'm going to show you guys a couple pictures from
Yes.
today because we had a pretty exciting day. I said, "Rise and shine, everybody." Can you see this? I always have to double check.
Yeah, I can see it.
So we had a full day planned, balloons, flowers, and big announcements. And I made sure to tag everybody. Actually, it should all be in that thread.
Mhm.
If I did it correctly. And then I tagged the t-shirt. So then we go to pick up the balloons. This is hilarious. So she would have been 12 this year.
I saw that picture. I'm like, are you kidding me? That's what they had
And-
up on the wall.
Amazing.
This is what was on the wall. So the other thing is that Carly said this. Carly is my oldest daughter, and Carly used to play guitar all the time, and she would sing "You Are My Sunshine" to Mia.
There's a little sunshine, right?
And there's
Two of
those
them.
little sunshines
Oh,
and the
darn.
little love heart, and Mia's favorite color is purple. And anyway, I
And a
thought that was
rainbow.
so sweet. And a little rainbow. You are my sunshine. And so at Mia's funeral, Carly, she attempted to play "You Are My Sunshine," but she got too choked up and she couldn't. And she said this very sweet speech about Mia, and then she said, like, on 4/15/2010, God gave me my sunshine. And then she said on August 17th, God took my sunshine away. And I was like,
Yeah. Wow.
but then she couldn't sing. She was
Right.
but this was on the wall, and I'm like, oh, they're already celebrating Mia's 12th birthday. That was so sweet.
No coincidences, right?
No coincidences.
Nope.
Then we go to try to let go of the balloons, and it was so
tornado.
Oh my.
windy. This is Oklahoma, you guys. So I'm like, okay, Cannon, hold on, because I was afraid little Cannon was going to blow away.
Right. Ending up in Oz.
Yes. So I'm like, okay, hold it up high. And then he's like, mine are going down. I'm like, no, hold on, they'll go
Just-
up. They'll
just-
go up.
Let them go. They'll take off. There you go.
And we're
And there's
telling her happy
the
birthday.
lift. Oh, that's awesome.
So I got to do a little happy birthday, Mia.
Well, I'm glad they didn't get wrapped around those power lines.
Hmm.
That would have been exciting.
No, we're actually not near those. I don't know why it looks
No,
like that.
It just looks like it.
And then where are my flower pictures?
I saw it with Charlie. I saw him in it.
Yeah. Look at Charlie G, that handsome man wearing his Team Miami.
know, he looks
I
great.
know, right? He pulled it out. And look
He
at
can
him.
pull that off.
Charlie
too.
G right there, man in the chat.
Yeah.
I love
That's
it.
the
I love
guy. That's the man.
it. Where's my flower pictures? I know I posted.
Yeah, I saw him. Are they in the same thread or are they?
Yeah, it should be. And then here's our Team Mighty shirt. And then
Which that's how you help out the cause. Go out and get a shirt. You
Yeah,
too
and
can
there's-
look like Charlie G.
a link in the description. Yeah, and tag me in it, and I'll retweet you when you get your shirt. And I'll make sure to
Get some
follow
Twitter
you.
clout. The Litecoin Lisa action. Retweets. There you go.
Where are my flowers? Maybe I'm not doing it right. So then we always go post a. Why are my flower tweets not on here? I'm
That's
so disturbed.
It's very frustrating.
It's very frustrating.
Somebody get a hold of Elon. Get Elon on the phone right now.
What's going on with that? I keep seeing some extra updates back and forth on that. I'm like, they wouldn't let him. They like dissolved or devalued their shares just so he can't.
The
And I'm like-
poison pill.
I'm like,
Use
but
the
that's
poison
like.
pill. It's like
they
killing
can't
yourself,
do
committing
that.
suicide to stop him. You know that
But
kind of
now
stuff.
their
Trust the plan,
shareholders
Lisa.
could sue them.
Lisa, trust the plan.
I know, but
all gonna
couldn't their
work out.
shareholders sue them now for
I'm sure you can sue for anything.
that's because they have a fiduciary responsibility to their shareholders to make the best choice for the shareholders.
Mhm. They do.
And so for them to dump the stock,
And we'll see what happens. Man, he's
Somebody with a blue check mark on Twitter said that the deal should go through, and if it doesn't, it just shows you how deep the corruption is.
that's pretty deep. So
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
we'll see. We'll see though. We'll see what happens. Oh, speaking of deep corruption, on Netflix, there's a new series out. Jimmy Savile.
No,
Did you watch
Yes.
that?
I
It's,
couldn't watch that.
yes.
I knew all about this years ago, and I mean,
Yeah.
this lays it all out. Go watch it. I mean, and then you'll see. I mean, these are the people in control, though. These are the people that deceive
I
us,
know.
and
Yeah,
they
if you
had
don't
50,
know, you
60
probably shouldn't
years
watch
where this freaking guy, you know, it's obvious what he is.
Disgusting.
Right. But people just glorified him. And so,
I know.
you look at these stars that people glorify and you think that this doesn't happen? It does. I mean, come on. There's a perfect example of it.
Well, and they kept putting those little badges or whatever, the lanyard that said Jimmy fix this.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's a fixer.
on the little kids.
Yeah,
And then
Marking
Margaret
'em.
Thatcher
yeah. She was all for
brings
him.
the child to Jimmy Savile and
I
like
know.
presents the child and shoves it in his apartment door.
Yeah, I mean it's sick. I mean completely
sick.
sick. All these people who are in power, who you thought were
Shame on
the
them.
power players, royal
Mhm.
family included,
Mhm.
buddying up and just accepting of all this. And you don't think there's vampires? Go watch that series.
Mhm.
I know there is.
Yeah, there you go.
But they're also exposing it.
Exactly, and that's the thing. You got to expose it. It's painful to watch, and some people don't want to see that kind of stuff. But it's necessary to realize what you're dealing with, because you
Well,
might see a picture
there-
of a president with a young girl or something, and then you got to process that kind of stuff. You never know.
And there's a lot more of us than them. So if enough
Exactly, they have no
gets our
power.
eyes open, we can stop them.
Right.
That's right.
And if somebody's crying for help them out. Don't
Yeah.
turn the other way and think these authority figures have any legitimacy, because they don't.
Right.
They just don't.
That's what
Question
I cannot
authority.
tell if what we're seeing on media is really happening in Shanghai or not. But I saw a tweet that said that the people in Shanghai are starving, and so they're finally going against the police orders and they're leaving their homes and pushing against police because they're so hungry and whatever. So that's what it took for them to finally revolt against
Yeah.
the lockdowns and the police orders and all
Well,
that.
when people get hungry, that's when things go south. I mean, that's when people take action. That's really, that's the ultimate. When you can't eat, your kids can't eat, and you're going to do, you don't care at that point. And nothing to lose.
That's what we talked about. I was
I
like,
mean-
how bad's it going to have to be? But I
Hopefully
guess
not that bad. All you got to
hopefully
do is
not
just
that bad here.
Stand up. Don't comply. Philadelphia, did you see that next week? Back to the muzzle mandates. We got to
that has to be
extend
just
the.
possible.
I mean, what a.
It has to just be for people to go do the Litecoin. Well, how do you do it?
Oh yeah, I don't know if I can do it. I mean, it's.
I don't know how.
I don't know
do
which
it.
is it. This way? Where are the L's going? I can't tell. Am I reversed or they got to go this way?
I don't know. I'm terrible at this.
Where's the L? I'm dyslexic. Help me out.
I don't know. That looks good.
I don't know. I'll find it and tweet it out again. That
Yeah.
way I can't.
But basically, I think people are going to do that.
Yes,
'Cause
L.
They're like, nah, we did
That's what
everything
needs to
we
happen,
said.
though. I mean, that's
We
what
kept
needs to happen.
complying. We kept complying. We kept complying. It's like a little further, 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 a little further. It never ends.
It won't
Never
ever end. Well, what
Never
did Phony say the other day? It's going to be around forever. We're going to have to deal with it our whole lives.
Mhm.
Yeah, well,
Well, that's because it
All right.
has been around forever, and we
Right.
have been dealing with it our whole
and
lives.
we've never even acknowledged it. So if you don't acknowledge
And
it like
it's
these
been
vampires, you don't acknowledge
fine.
it, and it goes away. I mean, in the summer, what happens? In the summer, you might have the sea
Here
thing.
comes the sun.
Yeah, you might be diagnosed. And then in the summer, when you get sick, it's really short. And people don't say, oh, I got C. Oh, I got it. No, they say, I just got allergies. Or,
Yeah.
I got a cold. And then in the wintertime, when there's no sun out there, no vitamin D, then they'll say, well, I guess I got the C word. And it's like, but we get sick all the time. And if we're in the sunshine, we get over it earlier. And we're just like, well, I don't have the full blown flu. I just got a cold in the summertime because it lasts a day or two. Or I got allergies. That's what we call it because it's just what it is. But I
Right.
mean, let's lock down America, because some of these got summer colds,
Crazy, man.
allergies. Lock them down. Lock it up.
Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff around here. So, are you Twitter spacing it tonight?
I think I might. Yeah, I got to go over and hook up my neighbor's internet before I get too blasted and can't climb up on the ladder.
Oh my God, you're getting on a ladder.
I was on the ladder in 50-mile-an-hour winds yesterday, setting up the antenna here,
Nice.
like a fool. But whatever it takes for connectivity, I guess.
Does the wife know where the seed phrase is?
Getting online. Yeah, exactly. That's what I say. I said, this is what you need to do. You might be getting a phone call at some point, Lisa.
Okay.
You and Charlie might be making a visit, and you'll know why at that point. She'll
Okay.
just dump a
I'm
bunch of
here
stuff
for
on
her.
you, and she'll say, "Here,
She knows I am here for her.
just make this all
100%.
work."
Yes.
Make this turn into a pool, make this turn into a new car, make this turn into, all these other things, trip to Hawaii, all this stuff.
There you go. Whatever she needs, we are there
Right.
for her.
I know. It's like, there you go.
He really wanted to go on that ladder.
I know. You just had to get on that ladder, didn't you?
Wow.
Trying to get closer to heaven. Good. There you are.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'll hold the bottom.
Yeah, Mitch is going to hold the bottom of this one. It's not so far up on this one. This one's on the side of the Morton building where I'm up there in the wind and I'm like, oh, I'm good. I got enough weight on this thing. And as I got up there, the wind was just hitting it and it's getting my sweatshirt. And I'm like, oh man, I feel like a sail. This is not good. Anyway, back to Mighty Mita. Mighty Mita.
Yeah.
Team Mighty.
I just want to make sure I close it out. I'm going to update all this stuff, you guys, with our new events. Oh, I don't know where that went. What in the world just happened? Why that just... Team Mighty home. There we go. Try again. So there's our Team Mighty. Don't click donate on this yet because I need to update all that stuff because we're going to choose our new charity for this year. So we'll do that at the August event. By that time, we'll have the new partnership for this year that Nana decides with the Team Mighty board. And then let's see. That's from last year. So I'll put the new shirt on there. I really need to go in. I'll run in and update all this stuff today or tonight. But you can go in and read the about. And that's where Mia's story is on there. If you're interested in reading more about her story and read our mission, which is to honor Mia Faith by celebrating her life through supporting efforts that affect her family who loves her still. So that's what we're doing is getting around people and families that are struggling with stuff. And I'll put a new blog post so that we can help with getting everybody caught up on stuff. And we'll post about the new warrior and champion on there so we can feature Papa and the Weirs. Thank you, Mom, for joining us.
My pleasure.
Thanks, Nana.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We love you.
We love you guys.
We're going to see you soon.
Evidently.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Mhm. We're going to have a great time. So, and then Westwood, you and I have a class coming up soon for, if you guys know newbies that are looking to get into crypto, go to litecoinlisa.net. I did update that website. I changed some things around so it's a little bit easier to find. And
Yeah, you want to get into crypto. You want to learn how to hold it in your possession outside of these exchanges, which keep shutting down and not letting you do anything anymore. I mean, and that's the thing. You hold it on the exchange. You don't have it. You don't own it. It's like putting your money into the bank. They're going to close it down. They're going to take it at some point over some dumb excuse. Get it into your own possession. That's what we're going to teach you how to do. Download a wallet. Send you some Litecoin so you know exactly how it is to receive, sound money for the digital age. Sign up on Lisa's website and, we'll do all that in a couple hours. Any questions you have, anything, it's completely wide open.
yeah, we have a class the end of April. It's going to be very limited. Only 20 people will be on there for at least 2 hours. And then we have also continuing ed resources that we can point you to for more information afterwards. But you can go right here to litecoinlisa.net and click on classes, just right here on the very first homepage. Real easy to find. And if you guys know anybody that's new looking to get into crypto but really wants that one-on-one, well, not one-on-one, it'll be 2 on 20.
2 on 20?
or up to 20. But we're really trying to help some new people get into crypto and have that experience. So would appreciate your help getting that news out there for people.
Yep.
As well. All right, guys. Well, we are going to go have a great weekend, everybody. It is Passover and Good Friday today, and Sunday is Easter.
Oh, star.
Yeah. Make sure you get in and file your, what is it called? to delay your filing your taxes?
Oh, the extension. Get your extension. Everybody
Mhm.
needs an extension. Get it
Just
in.
in case.
Right. Never know what's
You know.
going to happen.
We never know what's going to happen. A girl can dream, can't she?
Slow roll it. Slow roll it.
All right, guys. Thank you, everybody in the chat, and thank you to the community that supports all the work that we do at Team Mighty and looking for those opportunities to get around people that are fighting these battles and that keep going. People like Nana that have been there. Mom is a warrior herself. She was just, I mean, I can't even tell you with the things that she's been through and how she handled it with such grace. Mom, I am so proud of you and I love you so much.
Thank you.
You too can see Nana August 6th in Fort Smith, Arkansas.
There you
Get
go.
there.
Yeah, we're definitely
inspired.
calling you. You're going to be on stage telling some
Yeah.
stories for
Yep.
sure. Yeah,
We got all day.
we're going to be there. All right, guys, take care and we'll see you next time on The New Normal.